so we will talk about a trophy, though, okay?
Yeah,
we got to do it. The Hart Trophy finalists.
Yeah.
Here they are, Austin Matthews. We knew he'd be there. Connor McDavid, I think everyone thought he would be there. Igor Shesterkin was the one I think that people weren't sure if he'd be the third finalist or not. All three of these guys had amazing seasons. There are other guys that probably could have been on this list as well. What do you make, EJ, of this list?
Well, I mean, three guys who had great seasons. There's no question about that. I think there was about 8 or 9 guys you could have made a really good case for. The kid in Minnesota that you see play all the time. Kaprizov, lights out good this year. You could have made a case for him. I would have had Johnny Gaudreau in my top 3. I mean, 115 points plus 64 on the season. I mean, that's just crazy. I know the plus-minus stat isn't the end-all, be-all, but when you get up to plus 64, that's pretty darn good. And also, he led the league in even-strength points. He had, I believe it was 90 even-strength points, 12 more than McDavid, who was second. So all those things to me, and watching the Calgary Flames night after night, boy, I just thought he was great this year. But, you know, you had Yossi, you have, like I say, Kaprizov, you have Huberdeau. There was a lot of really good choices.
It really is splitting hairs when it comes to this. It is. It's great for hockey to have this many options, obviously, and to have this conversation. That's what's great for sport, right? We want the debate. And yes, it is a tough call. You can't debate any of those three. You can say, like, yeah, Gaudreau maybe belongs to be in the top, though. Huberdeau belongs in the top 3. But you can't say those guys don't.
Yeah. And that's what I always come down to when we do these lists, right? Okay, so if you want insert player, then who are you taking off? That would be the question. And I don't think any of those 3 don't deserve to be a finalist.
Yeah, I mean, for me, I would take Shesterkin off. I mean, as I watched the whole season with Shesterkin, I thought he was terrific. He had a great year. I thought down the stretch there was a few stumbles for him. His save percentage was up over 940. At one point, it came down to 935. It's still unbelievable. And, you know, people who've heard me talk about Igor Shesterkin this year have heard me say, I just think he's a different cat. He just moves a little differently. He's special. So I have a lot of respect for Igor Shesterkin, and you see the numbers there. But, you know, again, the goalies don't play 82 games, and Shesterkin missed a little time with injury this year. And like I said, I thought down the stretch he wasn't quite as good as he had been early in the year. And that's not including the playoffs, because the voting takes place at the end of the regular season. So no knock on Igor, but just for me, if I was making the choice there, I would have tried to have, I would have had Johnny Gaudreau in ahead of Shesterkin. And even after that, I mean, I might have thought about Huberdeau ahead of McDavid even, and he ended up with the points lead. So it was a lot of good choices.
Yeah, it really, really was. And I couldn't agree more with you on every aspect of that. The Shesterkin one did surprise me a little bit more. And, you know, you can get into the, well, goalies have the Vezina, and D have the Norris and everything. So it's pretty, that always surprised me a little bit when a goalie gets into the MVP, just because of that, because that weighs on some voters' minds. They're like, oh, they got their award, right? So that's even more impressive to me that he got that many votes with that kind of knock of having their own award anyway. But that being said, you got to give credit to Huberdeau and Gaudreau for the years that they have. McDavid, I mean, it's funny that we just kind of pass him off. I thought maybe just
another great year. Draisaitl a great year. Yossi a great year. Makar a great year.
Yeah.
We've had so many guys that were terrific this year. That's great for you, the hockey fan, because you got to see a lot of terrific performances. No question about that.